I think Tennessee's a better team than the Colts.
I agree. Colts will
Yeah,
be the
they are.
worst team in the division.
Milton.
This is his Saints take all over again.
Come
It's
on,
not.
Milton.
It's not though. You know it's not. It's totally
The,
not.
I think the Colts are. I mean, they're decent. I think they can make noise, but I don't think I don't think they're better than the Tennessee Titans. To tell you the truth,
Why not?
and
Just because of Danny Dimes? Is that the
no,
only?
because of no. I think Danny's a pretty. He's a pretty good quarterback. I don't think he's great, but I think he's a good quarterback.
Right.
Um, I think their defense, Tennessee's defense is just really good. I love their defense.
What do you love about it, dude? I don't love it. Last year they feasted on bad teams, and the only reason why they led the league in passing yards allowed was teams spanked them and stopped passing it on them. Like
No,
Detroit,
the thing is too, they were on the field a lot, and it took a lot. A lot of their games didn't get ugly till like the fourth quarter. You know what I mean?
because of
They're,
Will
they're,
Levis a lot of the times. I
well,
understand
yeah,
that
that too.
for sure.
But I mean, over time, your defense is gonna break.
No,
I mean,
100%.
yeah,
I got it.
and
I
and
got it.
and I feel like this year, I mean, Cam Ward, I don't think he's still so much to be told, right? Because we don't know how his game is, but I guarantee he's better. He's better than Will
Especially
than Levis.
turnover wise, I can agree with
Yes,
that. Yeah.
yes. So I think he has a good understanding of protecting the ball and not being like, let me throw this 50-50 ball
Hmm.
here or throw it. Let's about to get sacked. Let me just toss it somewhere.
Right. So I think that they do better because Cam Ward's going to be a better option, and their offensive line got better. So I agree with that. The trenches got better as far as possibly being able to stop the run on a consistent basis. But Indianapolis, their holes was their secondary. That was it. Grover Stewart was hurt. Forrest Buckner, both of them couldn't be healthy together. That's going to be a tandem, and everyone knows that's going to stop the run immediately as far as the inside the gap, inside the AB gap. And secondary wise, they fixed it. Kenny Morris, the great nickel corner. You got a Debo, the turnover machine, and then you got Cam Bynum. So I don't know. I just think the only thing that could fail the Colts, where y'all will be
There's
right,
Charvarius Ward.
Davis Ward. Sorry, yeah, thank you. Um, is going to be like if the offensive line really takes just a bad step. The tackles are fine. Obviously, Quinn Nelson's an all-pro, but they have a new center and right guard. But they played well, but they didn't play the snaps that Will Fries and Ryan Kelly did. So I could see that becoming an issue and making Danny Dimes look like Danny Pennies. I got it.
I mean,
But
that's my main key with the Colts is that the offense is not going to be here. They're going to be off the field too much. The defense is going to be too tired. They're going to be too worn out and beat up. Like that's literally my main thing. Like Danny Dimes, I get it. They're giving him Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is obviously a good back, but
yes.
this is going to be a quarterback carousel all season long, bro. It's
Yeah.
literally that's. Look, I know y'all trying to be nice. And y'all trying to say Daniel Jones is good. No, he's trash.
No, so I didn't say he's
He's-
good. I say he is.
No. The words y'all did use was good. The word you should have used was serviceable.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I don't
that's
think
the
I
word.
even
He's
said anything
I
about Danny.
I think he's pretty good. I don't think he's great. I just think he's good. He's
no.
he's good enough. He's good enough to be a starter. I think.
So it just depends on what the
serviceable.
team. Serviceable.
Serviceable.
I
Yeah.
agree. But when you look at Daniel Jones's stats with a microscope instead of just okay, he did this. Oh, the team lost this, all this other things. That's fine. But if you look at it with a microscope, when he plays under 20 yards, which that's all he's going to need with Josh Downs, Warren, Pittman, those like Alec Pierce is going to take a dive for this for all the fantasy lovers out there. But he's good at underneath passes. And that's all Shane Steichen wants. He wants he wants Daniel Jones to get the ball out.
But that's not what Jim Bob Cooter wants. He wants them balls to air out. That's the OC.
No.
Jim Bob wants that Matthew Stafford days back. That's what he wants out of this
I don't
team.
think so. No, Shane Steichen, he wants the run after catch. That's
You
what
like
he did
Steichen,
well
don't you?
with Philly last year. Whenever they went to the Super Bowl. And that's why they picked Danny Dimes other than Richardson. Richardson has the big playability, but he can't do just a layup. He can't lay any of these up because he didn't have the mechanics.
That dude has Cam Newton's doodle arm.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Richardson it does like to air motherfucker out of the ball.
he has it. He has all these weird talents that he can throw the ball that nobody else can throw the ball like him. But then when you ask him to just check it down, he misses completely. You know what I
Like
mean? So
throwing the dig route like right in
anything
front
like
of the safety.
right.
Yeah.
So what Daniel
Like
Jones
this.
does, well, if he does anything good, is that
Yes.
he can give the ball exactly where it needs to be when it's under 20 yards. He's very competent, and his his true completion percentage is good because also he was dealing with a lot of drops in his years in the Giants. So you have a top 7 running back in Jonathan Taylor, as long as he's utilized correctly. That's gonna be with the schedule they have, it's gonna be fine because unlike the other teams, they're the more well balanced. Jacksonville, I think the offense is going to be great. The defense is questionable. Tennessee, I think everything's questionable, in my opinion. I love L'Jarius Sneed. I get what he was in Kansas City. He got to prove it. He didn't prove it last year, so he got to prove it.
You're
So,
right.
and when it comes to the Texans, that offensive line is a huge question mark. So that's why I believe in Indianapolis and I have all the arguments for it, is because I just think that this team overall, unless Daniel Jones absolutely is horrendous, I don't think he's horrendous though, unless you ask him to do too much. I know what you're doing. You're like focused in on Daniel Jones, and I get it, dude. But everything else,
This
you
is a
can't
quarterback
discount.
dependent league. I'm going to. Yes, I'm
Right,
sorry.
to win Super Bowls and win championship games. I'm not saying to culture that, dude. I'm just saying they sneak their way up in the playoffs because they have a better overall team than a lot of these teams that they're playing. Because there's not there is one Super Bowl contender that you have. Well, for you too, because you have the Rams. There's 2 Super Bowl contenders on their schedule. Like they don't have Baltimore, Buffalo, all these other teams. They don't have all that. They got Kansas City once. Luckily, at the end part of the game after their bye, so maybe they're hot and fresh, so they don't get beat up too much, but they lose. And you got the Rams, but I don't have the Rams that high. Good.
Yeah, but at least the Rams are proven commodity.
For sure.
There's nothing about the Colts. There's nothing about Daniel Jones that tells me they're
right.
proven
But
commodity.
again, that's not the argument. I'm not saying that the Colts are better than the Rams. If they were both NFC and they played in the playoffs, I would have the Rams. I'm saying. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is your New Orleans Saints stake.
It's not though. It's not. It's not at all. Go ahead.
I think you're underestimating how much better Jacksonville's gotten in this year.
I think they're good.
I think Jacksonville will go 8-9 or 9-8. I think they'll be better than the Colts.
Hold on, let me see what I got. Jacksonville. I got Jacksonville going 7-10. I don't have them bad. Got them. They could win 8 games.
What do you got the Texans?
The Texans, I got, I believe, 10-7 as well.
But they just lose the tiebreaker.
Yep, they got the Colts have more division wins. Yeah, Houston 10-7. Like whenever I have
Houston losing more division games. Ooh,
yeah,
spicy.
Yeah, because I think again, don't get me wrong, if the Texans offensive line, and make sure everybody hears me, if the Texans offensive line is not as bad as I think, forget what I'm saying. They are going to win this division. I think this offensive line was bad last year and just got worse. They can try to right now, all they're trying to do is massage it and make it seem that, remember Skoronski for us, the best offensive line coach ever. A guy that was under him is now a part of the Houston Texans. That doesn't mean really anything to me. Nick Haley doesn't mean anything to me.
I'm sorry, who did you say?
Remember, I can't think of his full name. It's not Skoronski. It's the O-line coach, the greatest O-line coach of all time.
Dante Scarnicchia?
Thank you. I cannot say his name.
I was like, who the heck is this guy?
You know where I'm going with it. So a guy that was under him, learning under him, is now a part of the Houston Texans offensive line, right? So that's where they're kind of going with it. And if they're right, all right, guys, Houston's going to probably win like 12, 13 games. That's what's going to happen. I just don't think this offensive line is going to be good enough. I think they're showing their cards that it's not good enough. the way that they're moving the offensive line pieces. And again, you bring in Nick Caley over. The positive is CJ Stroud will be able to audible now, but I just don't think that this offensive line is going to help them. I think it's going to hurt them more than anything in the run and the pass protect. I got them having the same record. It's just,
I think I had in the video Texans having at least 10 wins, or repeat the other 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think even after doing the schedule, like you could win this division with 9. But I still trust this team a lot more, this defense a lot more in Houston Texans. Yes, a lot of questions on the O-line, as rightfully should be. They'll probably be a bottom 3 O-line, but there's nothing that tells me Daniel Jones is going to be enough for this team. And I think Shane Steichen's on the hot seat. This whole front office on the hot seat. And
I believe
respectfully, when your competition is Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson, it's like, bro, this whole organization is going to get reset real quick.
It could happen. I don't get me wrong. The floor for this team is going to be bad, but the reason they picked Daniel Jones is because they need a higher floor. And so what that's telling me, again, unless all of them are just incompetent, what that's telling me is they know they won 8 games last year with that roller coaster of a quarterback room, like you're saying. The year before that, last year they won 8. The year before that, they won 9. They're saying we have a better overall team. Our weak point was defense. Now defense is our strong point. And we got a lot of guys that can do a lot after the catch. So who can we bring over that's not expensive, that's good at getting guys the ball, and they can make the moves? We've seen that with Daniel Jones with the Giants. He wasn't the make or break guy. He had 700 some yards rushing, which he can have on this team because Shane Steichen likes the rushing quarterbacks. And then just an average or even a little bit below average passing play. If he does the same exact thing there's not an argument that he can't lead or be a part of this team winning 9-10 games. That's all I'm saying. If you get the worst Daniel Jones, sure, but I'm not saying that. But you say that, but I don't see any proof.
Because history has told us that, Milton. That's why.
What do you mean?
Because ever since he got stepped on the field, 2018, he has not been good. He's been serviceable. That's what he was in 2022 when they were able to make the playoffs. It wasn't even off his back. It was off Saquon's. When Saquon came back healthy, that's what they were. And the O-line was still trash. It was still bad. And they somehow, some way, because Brian Daboll, first-year head coach, hadn't been beaten down, hadn't been worn down yet, got this team over the edge. We are now talking about a team in the Colts where Shane Steichen's on the hot seat because he has not been able to improve this roster since he got there. Now,
that's the GM. Go ahead.
Well, no, I mean it's him too. At the end of the day, you're the coach on the field. You get the guys that GM gives you on the field. You're gonna go with the GM. It doesn't matter. If the GM goes, you're going to.
Yeah, I understand.
You're not the new GM's guy. So you are relying that JT stays healthy, which has been questionable the last couple of years.
So was Saquon. Go ahead.
You're right, but they're not the same level.
Better
right? They're not the same tiers, right? They're not the same tier.
No, they're no.
Okay, so I'm going by also their skill level and tiers. That's what I'm also going with.
Right. Okay, keep going. Go ahead. So offensive line. What's a better tier? Colts or the Giants?
Colts,
different
because
tier. Totally different.
Colts will be different. This Colts versus that Giants, yes.
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean. Yeah. Go ahead.
Wide receivers, different for sure, because the wide receiver core in Giants were bad.
Yes.
So
that's
but
you see where my argument's going.
But who's the better coach?
We don't know.
I think it's Brian Daboll.
Well, on paper, you have to put Daboll. He got Coach of the Year.
So. No, not even that. I think this is the dude. I've said before on my pod. This is the dude who brought up Josh Allen from. He uprooted him. He showed him the way to be a great quarterback. And it was you saw the first year without Daboll that they were a little skitty, and then they brought it back around after they got rid of Ken Dorsey.
Argument with Jalen Hurts though. Jalen Hurts never had that year until Shane Steichen. Then the year after Shane Steichen leaves, he falls off a cliff.
Well, to be fair for Jalen Hurts, he hasn't had the same coordinator since high school.
Fair, but I'm just saying, making the same argument that you're making for Daboll. If we go Shane Steichen never had a 3-win team. You know what I mean? So like I get the coach of the year, Brian Daboll, but if we just keep equating things on when Daniel Jones actually was serviceable, because I agree, I didn't say he carried the Giants. He didn't. He was a part of the team, and he could be a part of this team. Saquon, sure. Saquon's a top 3 back.
I think history will tell us we need to look at this Daniel Jones with the Colts more like we saw Mitch Trubisky with the Steelers.
I don't think so.
I do. I think we need to. I think he's more that than he is what the best version of Daniel Jones you think that he can be.
Yeah, even if he's not the best, I don't think that's still a. If Mitch Trubisky, when he was in the Steelers, didn't they make the playoffs?
They kicked him off the starting quarterback like in week 6.
Yeah, right.
They brought him Mason Rudolph.
Right.
No,
so I don't think that's.
I don't think they made the playoffs. But that's
they definitely make the playoffs. But I think
that was
you're
off
right.
of the defensive back. That's also Mike Tomlin's back.
Right. But I think one of the under the radar things happening with the Colts is Lou's going over there. Lou is a respectable defensive coordinator that got a bad rep because of last year the Cincinnati Bengals falling off a cliff. Right, but
Lou
before that,
could be in a bad situation where he's going to end up like Frank Reich in Carolina.
You said Lou's going to end up. Wow, the defense got better.
The defense, yes, I'll say the defense got better for sure. But here's again, I don't think this Colts offense is going to be on the field a lot as much more than they want to be. I think they're going to get beaten up so much, and that's how Alex and I think Cody even said it. The defense is going to wear down over time into where they can't handle it. I think that's what this schedule. What I'm saying is it's. I know you find it a lot easier than sure. I do, but I don't. I think this is going to be a beat up type season. I think that everyone's going to be beating up on Daniel Jones in this offense.
Right. Okay. Even if we look at like top defenses, Denver, I think this year will be better than last year because against the pass, they weren't actually great. Pat Surtain was good, but overall they weren't great. Rams defense, again, was not good last year. People need to remember that. The defense was not good at all last year. Las Vegas, they'll probably be better, but secondary is absolutely poop. Arizona should be better, but again, if we're just going off of history and what we've seen, Arizona's defense is not good either. Chargers.
Well, I mean, with this current scheme, with the coach and everything, I think they're a lot.
I think Arizona's much better. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm not saying,
so but I think this defense can do something.
I'm speaking of like when we're looking at the teams, none of this, not a lot of this scares. Pittsburgh, again, I said flat out, that's just it's bad. I think interior wise, that'll get blown up. All of that kind of stuff. Kansas City, Houston could be a iffy one, but again, I think the offensive line is going to neutralize it because their offensive line sucks. So I think Buckner and Stewart and Quiddy and Latu are going to get to CJ Stroud at astronomical levels. So that's going to equal itself out. Nothing else. San Francisco, again, I love San Francisco and I love Brock Purdy, but I don't know how good this defense is going to be. They have too many young rookies starting. I don't know how good it's going to be. But everything else, Seattle, again, I have them losing. All of the top defenses, even if you have them lose those games, they still have a winning record. None of these other teams, again, unless they play top level this year, which they could, the other teams, none of these defenses scare me. None of them. Because none of them are high-powered defenses as far as what we've seen last year. But anyways, all right. In Indianapolis.
5-12.
Yeah, that's basically it.